Welcome to another ICP update. So as you can see, ICP is still going sideways, but there's a reason for this. So as you can see, Bitcoin dominance keeps going higher and higher, and it's currently at a new cycle high. I mean, we keep putting in new cycle highs. And like I said, Bitcoin dominance, it's very likely that it gets to about 60% by the end of October, and then we start dropping in November. And I still think, no matter what, we will get some kind of correction on the Bitcoin dominance chart in November, because if you can remember this from my previous few videos, Bitcoin dominance always goes down in November, so I don't think it's a matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. And that when is November. So if that happens, then of course ICP will get a short-term pump, but we'll have to see what happens after that. I mean, it is possible that we top this month and then we get an altcoin season that starts in November and ends in like March or so. And, that's possible. But there's also the possibility that we go down in November, we test the bull market support band, and maybe we even get below it. And then in December, we bounce again and we get another cycle high, and then we get the altcoin season. And why am I saying that? Well, we did the exact same thing in the previous cycle. We were going up in September, August, and October. We went down in November, and then we had another high in December, and then we talked. So maybe we're doing what we did over there. However, we don't have to do what we did over there, because at the end of the day, the structure is not similar looking at all. I mean, here we did not go up in a straight line, but here we did. And also, if you check out what happened in the 2016 cycle, as you can see in 2016, Bitcoin dominance was going up in October and September and August, and then it went down in November, and it continued going down after that. It did not get another cycle high in December, so it's really unclear what will happen, but if we do top, then like I said, we should get a 5 to 10% correction in November. And also, if you look at the RSI on the weekly, we are currently overbought, and if you look at the monthly chart, we are also almost overbought, and Bitcoin dominance has never been overbought on the monthly, so I think this is going to be very, very important. So like I said, the 60.34% dominance level is very, very important. Once we get there, I think that will mark the top for Bitcoin dominance. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, because at the end of the day, ICP is still underperforming against Bitcoin, and that's only because of Bitcoin dominance. Now, of course, ICP still went up from about $2.80 to about $20, and then we had this correction. So it's not underperforming as much as the other altcoins. I mean, if we look at the daily chart, we are clearly respecting the support levels, and we are not going below them, which is very, very bullish. But still, ICP is still suffering right now, and that's why it's going sideways right now. It's because of Bitcoin dominance. That's why we cannot go on the sea wave to the upside. It's because Bitcoin dominance keeps going up. And of course, ICP is not a huge altcoin, so of course it could start pumping on its own. But let's be honest, do you think that's going to happen? I mean, of course, there are some altcoins that pump on their own, but ICP does not usually do that. I mean, of course, it did that over here, but then again, it did not really pump on its own. This is when most altcoins, well, not most, but many altcoins actually had the bear market low, just like ICP, so they pretty much pumped together, and like I said, ICP cannot really pump on its own. It needs something to get a pump from, and that would be Bitcoin dominance going down. Now, before I talk about the Elliot wave chart, let me quickly talk about the Bitcoin chart. So the Bitcoin chart is currently in a 1, 2, 3 setup, and they're currently in an A-B structure of this C wave. And I'm still expecting Bitcoin to get to about $80,000, and maybe we can get there by the end of the month. I don't know yet, because, that's still a 10K jump from where we're at right now. But if you look at the bull market support band, we just had a cross on the bull market support band. I'm not going to explain this again, because I will also explain this in my Carvaro video. But usually, well, not usually, but almost always, when we do get a cross on the bull market support band, for example, like we got over here, Bitcoin just goes crazy, and as you can see, the red line has been above the green line for about 5 months now. And I think this cross that we had right here basically just marks the bottom for the Bitcoin fourth wave right here, if this is a fourth wave. And I think Bitcoin will very soon get to about 100K, and by very soon I mean the end of the year. And what does that mean for ICP? Well, if you look at the ICP chart, of course, it's still suffering, like I said, but it also had a cross, and as you can see, this cross happened a month ago. And if you look at what happened the previous time when we had a cross on the ICP chart, which was right here, this is when we actually hit the bear market low. Then after we hit the bear market low, we did absolutely nothing for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden ICP had a pump and it went from $2.80 to above $21. So as you can see, getting a cross for the bull market support band is usually very, very bullish. Now when we talk about the Elliot wave chart, and as you can see, we are still in this triangle, maybe. I mean, we went below it here slightly, but now we're above it again, so I think that's good. And also I want to mention that we invalidated a 1-2 setup right here, so I had to remove that from the chart. And that means that we got another lowing B wave right here. We did not invalidate the A wave, so to invalidate the A wave, we would be to go below $6.76. And I don't know if that will happen. Probably not. I mean, only if Bitcoin decides that it wants to drop like 10K, which right now seems unrealistic. So maybe the second wave move down right here is actually in. That could be the case in my opinion. This only depends on what Bitcoin will do. And like I said, Bitcoin is very likely going to start pumping very, very soon. So I don't see ICP getting another lowing second wave move down. However, if we do go below this low right here, which is at $6.76, I mean, first we would break below the triangle, which would not be that great. And second, we would also invalidate the AB structure, which means we would not get a C wave, and which means we will get another second wave move down right here. And if we do that, then we're going to be very close to just invalidating this whole 1-2 setup. And if we do that, then yeah, we'll most likely get another second wave move down. But like I said, I don't really see this happening right now. And of course, this is boring what's happening, but this makes sense. And also, you have to keep in mind that the elections are in like 2 weeks. So I think once we get the elections, then the markets will finally start doing something. Now let me talk about the Elliot wave chart. So here, after getting this low in July, we went up in a 1-2 setup. And now I'm expecting a third wave of that 1-2 setup, which is this right here. And of that third wave, we only have the first 2 waves. And the A-B structure of the third wave, of this third wave. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we still need a C wave to complete this third wave right here. And like I said, the A-B structure is holding up quite well, but we still need to get to about $13.79 to get to the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup, the green 1-2 setup, to confirm that the C wave and the third wave right here is in. And then after that, we still need a fourth wave move down, which is the green yellow wave, and then a fifth wave move up, and that will complete the green third wave move to the outside, which like I said, is the third wave of this 1-2 setup, and that third wave needs to get to $16.13.5. So we obviously still have a long way to go, and also once we get that third wave, then you can expect a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves, that will confirm that we are in a third wave move to the upside, which will be the third wave of this 1-2 setup right here. And these 5 waves will complete the first wave of that third wave move, which like I said is this right here. And then of course we will get a short correction, which could take a couple of weeks in the second wave. And then the third wave of the main third wave is most likely going to be the most bullish wave of this cycle, so you have to be ready for this. And just to remind you what my predictions are, I'm still expecting ICP to hit at least $87 in this cycle and go above this high right here. But like I said many times, ICP could easily go to the 1.618 extension, only because its market cap is not really that huge, and also, in my opinion, the technology behind it is really cool, so I think it has potential to go up quite a lot in this bull market. Also, keep in mind, for those saying that ICP only went down in its whole lifespan, you have to keep in mind that ICP was launched at the end of the bull market, and during this time when ICP was going down, this was also when Bitcoin dominance was going up. So yeah, and also this was the bear market, so of course ICP could not go up. But now that we are starting a bull market, as you can see, ICP still managed to form a first wave move to the upside, and it's holding support levels in a second wave move down. So I think it's only safe to assume that ICP will also get a third wave move, and as you know, the third wave move is usually the most impulsive one. Well, it's always the most impulsive one, so This could put us at new all-time highs if you ignore what happened over here because, like I said, this is market manipulation. So yeah, I still remain bullish on this chart and we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And if you want access to all of our charts, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.